Heading overseas now, just months out from the Rio Olympics, Brazil is facing political turmoil, with the possibility the government could be forced from office and the president impeached. More than 1 million people have spilled onto the streets in recent days, demanding President Dilma Rousseff resign over the appointment of her predecessor to a cabinet position. The former president, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, known as Lula, is facing wide-ranging corruption charges, but the government job would give him immunity. Anne Barker reports.
The massive protests have erupted right across Brazil against former President Lula's appointment to a cabinet position. In the capital, Brasilia, police fired tear gas when the protests began to turn violent. And in the financial hubs São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro, hundreds of thousands called for Lula's arrest and the resignation of President Dilma Rousseff, who appointed him. I came here to fight for a better country without corruption, with dignity for the population, says one woman. Enough of corruption, it's enough. Down Dilma and Lula, it's enough. Theft, corruption, that's the coup, says another protester. We're not clowns. Brazil is better than all of this. Brazilians are angry that Lula's appointment would shield him from prosecution on corruption charges. He's facing investigation over wide-ranging allegations of bribes and political kickbacks from the state oil company Petrobras. But soon after he was sworn in, the investigating judge issued an injunction blocking his appointment, and he released a tapped phone conversation where President Rousseff had offered to send Lula the paper confirming his appointment, a move which would grant him immunity.
Alô?
Lula, deixa eu te falar uma coisa.
Lula, let me tell you something, she says. Tell me, dear, he replies. I'm sending you Bessias, she says, referring to an advisor, with a paper for us to have it and use it only if necessary. It's the investiture documents, okay? Okay, Lula says. I'll be waiting. President Rousseff has attacked the judge's actions in releasing the damning phone conversation as illegal and anti-democratic. Convulsing Brazilian society with lies, reprehensible practices violates constitutional rights, she says, as well as the rights of citizens, and sets serious precedents. Coups begin this way. President Rousseff is under enormous political pressure. Her critics want to impeach her over accusations she fudged Brazil's accounts to hide a mounting deficit. If Dilma doesn't leave, we'll be here tomorrow, say these protesters in Rio. Brazil is struggling with its worst recession in decades. The corruption scandal is now threatening to taint President Rousseff's inner circle, and there are signs the government's main coalition partner may abandon it altogether. Ricardo Macedo is a professor of economics.
Os mercados estão contando com uma queda do governo.
The markets are counting on the fall of the government, he says. With Lula as minister, they're counting on the fact that the government won't last until the end of the year. That's one expectation that we've captured in this direction. A parliamentary committee is due to recommend whether President Rousseff should be impeached, all of which promises continuing chaos in the lead-up to the August Olympics.
Anne Barker reporting.